Okay, so in this video, we're going to continue with the expansion of two linear expressions being multiplied together. So in class, we have already done this. Let's move on to the next one. So now we're going to expand x plus 2 with 3x minus 1. Now if we ignore this table, we are expected to be able to draw it ourselves. Okay, divide it into 9 boxes. This is our multiplication. So we start off with our x plus 2. So put an x here and positive 2. The other is 3x minus 1. So 3x minus 1. So to fill up the first blank over here, we take 3x multiplied by x to give us 3x squared. To fill in the next blank over here, we take 3x multiplied by 2. So take our calculator, press 3 times positive 2, you get 6 with an x. Now to fill in the next blank, we take negative 1 times x, so that gives us negative x. The final blank, negative 1 times positive 2, we get negative 2. And so our answer, it depends on what is in these 4 boxes. So in other words, 3x minus 1 multiplied by x plus 2, the order doesn't matter. It gives us 3x squared minus x plus 6x minus 2. Now we see that we can group all the like terms together. 6x minus x gives us positive 5x and minus 2. And that's our answer. Okay, so that's the same over here. Going to go on to the next one. Okay, work the example number 1 to expand and simplify the expressions. In question 1a, we are only multiplying x with 2x plus 1. So our multiplication frame is much smaller. A multiplication sign, put a negative x here, 2x plus 1. To fill out the first blank, you take 2x multiplied by negative x. So the coefficient of x is just negative 1. You can use your calculator to multiply 2 times negative 1. So you get negative 2. X times x is x squared. Next, the last blank is negative x times 1. Again, if you need to use your calculator, take 1 times negative 1, you get negative 1. So the answer over here, when you take negative x multiplied by 2x plus 1, is just negative 2x minus 1. Sorry, minus x. Because negative x times 1 is negative x. Okay, so part B is something similar, but the difference is that the coefficient of a is 2 and 5. So when you multiply them together, you will get 10 with an a square. And then after that, you look inside the 4 boxes that you just filled up, transfer them here, group your like terms together. In this case, they will be your negative 4a plus 5a. So it's like minus 4 apples plus 5 apples, you get just 1 apple. So our final answer is 10a squared plus a minus 2. So part C, similar. Part D is slightly different here. So we'll need to recognize that y minus 3, the whole thing squared, means y minus 3 times itself. So in our multiplication frame, you put down your y minus 3, on the other side also y minus 3. Do the multiplication, transfer the 4 values here. And then you recognize that negative 3y minus 3y is a total of negative 6y. So far we've always been multiplying expressions with only either x or a or b by themselves. What happens if we have a case of x and y appearing at the same time. So the method is still the same. You put in your x plus 1, y minus 2. To fill in the first blank, so referring to this blank, you just take your x times y, which is just xy. And everything else is the same. Just that, now in this case, there's nothing for us to combine because all of them are unlike terms. Okay, so now I'll demonstrate try it 1, part A. I will also demonstrate part B and part E. Then you will do C and D by yourself. So in 1A, we're multiplying x times 4x minus 1. Our multiplication frame is just rough working. So multiplication, put an x here, 4x minus 1. So to fill in the first blank, you take 4 times 1 is just 4, x times x is x squared. Next blank, negative 1 times x is negative x. So here we get 4x squared minus x. Now for part B, 3x minus 1, 2x plus 2. So our multiplication frame is going to get bigger. We need 9 boxes this time. Multiply 3x minus 1. On the other side, 2x plus 2. So to fill the first blank, you take 2x times 3x. So do the numbers first. 2 times 3, calculator says 6. X times x, x squared. Next blank, 2x times negative 1. Use your calculator, 2 times negative 1, you get negative 2. With an x, transfer it down. Next blank, over here, positive 2 times 3x. So 2 times 3 is 6 with an x. Final blank, 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. So now we transfer all the information, all the 4 terms in these boxes to our solution. So 6x squared plus 6x minus 2x. Finally, minus 2x. Sorry, minus 2. So we see that there are 2 like terms. They are your positive 6x minus 2x. Put them together, 6x squared then plus 4x last one minus 2. Finish. And then the last question that I'm going through is part E. So let's have the multiplication frame. 9 boxes. X minus 2. The order doesn't matter. You could put it on the left side if you want to. So here we have our multiplication sign. and then we have y plus 1. Okay, so let's fill out the first block. The first box, x times y is just xy lah. X times positive 1 is positive x. You can write a plus x if you want. Just leave it as x, also can, no difference. So next blank that I want to do is your negative 2 times y. So that's negative 2y. Final blank, negative 2 times positive 1 is negative 2. So transfer the 4 pieces of information to your answer. And we're done. Okay, so for part E, x minus 2 times your y plus 1 is equal to xy minus 2y plus x, then minus 2. Okay, so your work now, your task now is to do your workbook exercise 3A, questions 1. Let me see whether you need to do question 2. Okay, just question 1. You don't need to do question 2. You don't need to do question 3. So just do question 1. Now we look at some worked example 2. Some worked examples with like a problem sum. So we have the length of a rectangular garden, x plus 2 meters, and then the breadth is shorter, x minus 3. Write down an expression for the area of the garden. Then they want you to expand. So when they say expand, they don't want it in brackets. So this form is not the bracket. It's not the expanded form. Okay, so area we know is length and breadth. The length is x plus 2. The breadth is x minus 3. So we multiply them together using the same multiplication frame. You get these 4 values, but you need to combine the like terms together. So negative 3x plus 2x is like minus 3 apples plus 2 apples. You still have negative 1 apple. So our final answer for the area is as such. Now for try 2, the width of a garden, rectangular again, x minus 1 meters. The length is 4 meters longer than the width. So this part, 4 meters longer than the width. The width was x minus 1. So since the length is 4 meters longer, we need to plus 4. So what is x minus 1 plus 4 equal to? So we can simplify it. The brackets didn't matter. So it becomes x plus 3. Then the area is just a multiplication of x minus 1 with x plus 3. So after you do this, you go on to do your workbook again. Question 4, 5, and 6. So before our lesson on Monday, you should have finished up to your textbook, page 86, and then your workbook, exercise 3A, question 1, 4, 5, and 6. You do not need to do question 2 and 3.